Hey, Gavox here. So, house rules. I was able to knock out all 10 victories. I'll show the reward at the end of the video. But it's random at 87 plus overall theme diamonds. So we lose the cornerbacks, unfortunately, just for 10 wins. There was a little bit of snafu, I guess, at the early morning. EA had to fix it. We'll talk about that in a second. Here's the team I'm running with. Obviously, the better team you have, the better you perform. My wide receivers, I don't know. Deshaun Jackson, Joe Jurevicius. Joe Jurevicius is great for outside release routes. For the few times that I played a little press man, which I didn't see much because Joe dominated. There's the defense, of course. You need speed across and then like D lineman abilities. I got Lawrence Taylor there, who's an absolute monster. So I'm gonna show the last play in all my games. You guys can see how long it took. I mean, efficiency each of these games. Having the superstar defenders is quite amazing. They're basically needed for the defensive line, in my opinion. But as for the snafu that we'll talk about before we talk more about gameplay, so they started it off and they wanted to do 200 pass yards for the victory, which I thought would have been pretty nice. But they said they changed that at the last minute. So they initially had it where you had to get like 30 wins for the reward for the 87 plus, because with 200 pass yards that would have been okay. I don't know how long 200 pass yards would have taken us, as you know, it's kind of tough on offense not being able to make audibles because people just run the same like man blitz here. This is where Joe Jurevicius should have dominated, but he didn't, because the outside release route he shaded up, so it ended up stopping that. So how powerful are those outside release routes if a simple adjustment that most everybody uses stops it? I don't know, because he has gotten me a few cheap touchdowns. I might have ended a game on one, so you might get a little bit, but I know I've definitely scored a couple touchdowns on the outside release route. There's a safety, like I said, the dominant D-line ends up intimidating a lot of people. I think he quit after that one. So with these house rules, did I like it? I can't say I loved it because basically the promises we had from last year that this year was going to be the more innovative house rules, and they were kind of saving it to give us better stuff. We had one. We had the college overtime. The rest has been kind of repeats. So a few weeks of disappointment, in my opinion. The 200 pass yards would have been interesting to see. I don't know if the games would have gone long or if they would have gone all the way anyways, because getting 200 pass yards, it's difficult for a lot of people. A lot of the meta right now is basically man blitzes and why didn't I make him fumble? I don't know. Man blitzes. Oh yeah, because it was fourth down anyways. It didn't matter. He quits the game. So running the ball, you have to be able to stop the ball. Cover 4, drop show 2, cover 2, stopping stretches, dives was basically the entire thing. A lot of these things, you see I got my opponent to a long distance situation. This is after they've tried to run the ball almost the entire game against me, and because of my user being able to get outside and stop those stretches, was able to kind of put in that kind of position. But it is very frustrating when all the blocks line up. Having high block ship players like I have definitely makes the game a little bit easier for you. Kickoffs, this is something I want to tell you guys. Try not to take hits, as this is 2 games. I had 2 return touchdowns on kickoffs. Both times ended up my opponent quitting right after getting it. So don't do that. Don't take hits like that. I know it's fun to break touchdowns off those kick returns, but that's one thing that I will say. Just get down or hold right bumper when you're running, as that reduces fumbles quite a bit. So saw a lot of 4 verticals here where they can't pass, but yoinks, that's mine. Jason Sehorn in zone. Who says it's zone? He can't play zone. It's 58, doesn't want to throw a block, but we get the quit anyway. So here is the live comms of pulling my house win rewards packs. How did you guys do this week? Overall, I think this is a 5 out of 10 week. We are going to luck out, and I want to get Henderson because he's still my team. He's still a beast defensive tackle. But I wouldn't be mad with, say, a top-end corner or anything like that I could just kind of sit back there and be on the squad for a while. Come on! Good luck for us. Do not screw us like you just did. All that stress for 1,800 goddamn training.